Hey guys, Token Dave over here, the dorky token black guy that's just trying to get by. Before Civil War, the one story that Iron Man was synonymously known for was the Demon in the Bottle story arc. Now, the reason why is because basically this story kind of added more dimensions to Iron Man himself. Well, not just Iron Man himself, but the Iron Man mythos in the grist of the Dark Age of comics. Well, I call it the Dark Age of comics. It is widely known as the Bronze Age, but I'll cover that in my comic book concepts very soon, actually. But suffice to say, the Demon in the Bottle story arc is unique because, unlike most comic book stories, people have to say the phrase arc at the end. And that is because, unlike Infinity Gauntlet, Kree Skrull War, Crisis on Infinite Earth, and Flashpoint, Demon in the Bottle had multiple stories leading up to the one comic named Demon in the Bottle. Hence why people refer to it as the Demon in the Bottle story arc. And this arc introduces, basically, James Rhodey Rhodes and Justin Hammer. As well, this story, the conclusion of the story, directly links into Iron Man's first encounter, and long encounter, with Obadiah Stane. So, the story starts with basically Iron Man getting informed that S.H.I.E.L.D. has become a major shareholder of Stark Industries, which something that Stark wasn't aware of due to his close friendship with Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. So Stark wondering, why is S.H.I.E.L.D. trying to take over Stark Industries? And within this encounter, Nick Fury discovers that somebody within S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually a double agent working for someone else that is trying to actually gain control of Stark Industries. Now, Fury and Iron Man find out who the culprit is, and within a battle, right, Iron Man's armor malfunctions. Despite this occurring, basically, Fury and Iron Man hold their own and everything, and basically the traitors are actually killed. But this leaves Fury really suspicious of Stark because he's been a little more erratic since he's been hitting the sauce a lot more. Now, so I need to explain before I go any further. At this point, people do not know that Tony Stark is Iron Man. Everyone thinks that Iron Man is Tony Stark's bodyguard. Alright? So after those events, basically Stark is on his way back to Stark Industries in Long Island, and within this flight, he asks for a martini, but the stewardess lets him know that this is the third martini and everything in 90 minutes, and you have 4 more hours to your flight. And they're interrupted when a tank is thrown at the plane, and Tony Stark changes into Iron Man and rescues the passengers, and we find out that this tank was thrown by Submariner. And Iron Man and Submariner get into a little fight, and Iron Man's armor malfunctions again, and we discover that Submariner tossed a tank because Roxxon Oil, one of Marvel's major corporations that are known for shady underdealings, is trying to commandeer an island, which this particular island is the second known source of vibranium outside of Wakanda. However, James Rhodes and executive Bethany Cab as well get wind of what happened, and they get caught up in the whole situation, and Roxxon Oil destroys the island. Well, while flying back, Iron Man starts to basically reminisce about his origins, and at the end of this, we are introduced to Justin Hammer, who states that basically, his plans for malfunctioning Iron Man's armor has proven successful, and that he can initiate his main plan. When Stark gets back to Long Island, still dealing with how Shield is not relenting of these shares, and another corporation is also like trying to purchase shares in Stark Industry. Stark gets a call from an ambassador from another country who's a huge Iron Man fan, and this guy wants Iron Man to basically represent him and be his bodyguard in the United States, in New York. In the company of Beth Cab and Mayor Koch, and a highly publicized on TV, Iron Man actually kills this ambassador. However, he doesn't intentionally do so. This is due to his armor malfunctioning, thanks to Justin Hammer ordering this. Instead of being apprehended, Tony Stark relinquishes the Iron Man suit to Mayor Koch and everything, and he's saying, listen, here's the armor, go over everything, I'm not going to bring my bodyguard in yet, for this matter needs to be thoroughly investigated, and everyone goes by Iron Man's word. Well, this causes Iron Man to take more drinks and everything. However, he is invited to meet up with Bethany Cab in Atlantic City. While in Atlantic City, basically, Justin Hammer orders Whiplash, the Melter, and, oh my god, I keep forgetting the cold guy. Iron Man has a villain that controls the cold weather. But anyway, those three are instructed by Justin Hammer to knock over Atlantic City Casino. This is actually in league with what Justin Hammer used to corrupt Iron Man's armor as a test. And Iron Man himself is at Tony Stark is there, and no one else is really aware that basically Stark is Iron Man. But Iron Man defeats the three. Justin Hammer sees, okay, you know what? He has to speed up everything because, he needs to make sure that, Stark is 100% ruined and he can take over Stark Industries. Well, Stark, doing his own investigation, right, sees that one person might know something, but this person's in jail, so he needs somebody to go to that jail cell and interrogate him without any suspicion being placed on him. So he turns to Scott Lang, aka the second Ant-Man, who basically feels that he owes Stark for giving him a job after he, was sent to prison and everything. He got out, and he's finally able to make his way. So while Lang is interrogating this guy in the prison, Stark goes to the Avengers and asks for Captain America to give him some self-defense lessons, which he does. After this, Lang gives Stark the information. Stark goes to James Rhodes and says, hey, let's fly off to France to, meet where this guy said that, his employer is. And as they're flying over, basically, they get attacked in the air again and are forced down. When they are forced down, they are met with, a mercenary force, and they fight through the mercenary force. However, basically, they get overwhelmed, and James Rhodes is left in the dust while Stark is kidnapped and is been introduced to Justin Hammer. And Justin Hammer explains to Stark that basically he knows that he is Iron Man, and that the reason why his armor has malfunctioned is that he used a computer transistor to scan his armor and basically be able to mimic the applications of his armor, so that he can remotely control what the armor does and everything. And Stark was not able to find this because basically nothing was wrong with his armor by the eye, but the scanning and everything needed to be disrupted by radio waves. Stark realizes this and basically fixes everything, escapes after a huge battle with 5 additional superhero enemies resume, and then Stark makes it on his way home. But right when he gets home, he's hitting the sauce really hard, and he yells at his butler Jarvis, and his butler Jarvis sends in a resignation, and Stark's stock is declining, and he's losing not only control of his company, but he's losing his allies all around him. This is where Beth Cab comes in and explains that basically, she sees that he's destroying himself, and she is not going to see another man destroy himself, because that's what happened to her late husband. He became so caught up in his work that he became addicted to painkillers, and she just enabled him, and he actually killed himself in a car accident. So, Stark is going through alcohol withdrawals for a time with Beth's help, and at the end, Iron Man says that he can beat his addiction issues. Now, there's a lot of things I left out, primarily because I don't have visuals to show you guys, and there was a lot more things that happened, but I needed to just get to the main gist of everything. So that was the Demon in the Bottle storyline. When I get better equipment and visuals, I'll definitely do a mulligan of this. But, you guys got any questions? You guys got any comments? Drop them below. Give me a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know when a new video loads. But until then, this has been Talking Dave, the dorky talking black guy that's just trying to get by, and I'll catch you guys later.